Hi guys. So I wanted to make a video because I've seen this a lot where people are asking, why am I still thinking about the narcissist? Why are they still going through my mind? Why can't I get them out of my mind? Because it can be really upsetting because you don't want to think about the narcissist anymore. Likely you want to move on with your life and not have these recurring thoughts going through your mind. You really want to be free, but you feel like they just keep coming up. And the reason is because what you went through with the narcissist was traumatic. It was because of the trauma of it. And if you think about, if you had been through some kind of physical trauma, like if you had been, say, shot, if you'd been like shot in the arm or stabbed, imagine if just some stranger had come up to you on the street and stabbed you. It would take you a really long time. Like, you would have that on your mind. You would probably think about it every day for a very long period of time. And eventually you get to a place where it wasn't on your mind as much anymore and it would slowly fade. You'd still probably think about it from time to time. But yeah, so if you'd been through something that was really like physically traumatic like that, like being stabbed or attacked randomly, you're going to have that on your mind. You're going to think about it every day. It's going to take a while. So, just have a little grace, have a little patience with yourself. If you have this on your mind, it's because it was traumatic. It was because it wasn't a normal breakup. It was, you thought this was one person and they were a completely different person. And it's the trauma of that because they had inserted themselves so deeply into your soul. So that's part of it too. It wasn't just some stranger who had hurt you in this way. It was someone who had like entered the deepest parts of your soul, if that makes sense. So they had come and inserted themselves into the core of you and who you are, your most secret place, your most intimate place, the deepest part of your heart, your innermost parts, your holy of holies, if you want to call it that. They were there. They were there. You let them into the inner chambers of your soul, if you want to say it that way. And so it makes it all the much more that traumatic. It wasn't a stranger. It was someone who was so close to you. And so when that was like ripped out of you, it not only affected your body, it affected your soul in a deep way. It was a deep kind of hurt that's hard to even explain, and a deep trauma that takes a while to recover from. So the reason you can't get it out of your mind, or that you keep thinking about it, is because you're still recovering from the trauma of what happened, and your mind is still trying to make sense of something that is really hard to comprehend or wrap your mind around. So it's the trauma that is keeping that in your mind. But I do want to encourage you that it will grow more and more dim with time, and that even though it may not feel like it may feel so just strongly and acutely painful right now, it will get better with time. It will lessen with time. Just be patient with yourself. Don't beat up on yourself if you're not getting over it as fast as you should, because it's normal when something that traumatic happens to you, that you replay it in your mind, or you think it over, or you try to wrap your mind around it. So just wanted to say that today. And Please just put any thoughts that you may have in the comments below. I like to hear from people because I feel like that's even more helpful if we hear other people's experience and what they have to say about it, maybe what's helped with them, or a helpful perspective or truth regarding, you know, what they've seen or their perspective. So please leave your comments, and thanks.